That time weekend, I'm Chef Nicolas Ganea, and let's just jump into it. And happy 4th of July, guys. Happy 4th of July. First off, I'd like to tell you guys some great news. One of my clients has lost 10 pounds. I sat down with her the other day and I was like, what? Alright, the story behind this dish. Last year, my friend Janison took me out foraging for walnut morels. And he introduced me to yarrow. Telling me what it does for the human body, helps with headaches, helps with childbirth, helps with wounds, helps with so many other things that I just found, wow, this is a really cool ingredient. Let's cook with it. So I knew one place that in particular that actually grew this, so I drove there straight away. And the reason being, you guys know, I wanted to actually create a new experience for my loyal fans that eat my food every week. Now, what was interesting about yarrow when I was picking this, I noticed the smell reminded me of popsicles from my childhood. So I decided to actually get golden honeydew, which I'm not gonna lie, I actually hate honeydew, but golden honeydew is delicious. So I broke down the honeydew and then I boiled it, and once it came to a boil, I added in my yarrow. Now, I didn't use all the yarrow in there because I actually wanted to use it on my chicken as well. Now, once I boiled the yarrow and the golden honeydew, I got half of it and put that aside and cooled down because I like the consistency. And then the other half, what I did was I actually reduced it even more and turned it into a puree. So I pureed it and then reduced it into a paste. And what was interesting about the flavor, which was quite intriguing, is that it actually turned out to be balanced. It wasn't overly sweet, which is weird. And you're like, wait a second, shouldn't it get sweeter? Nope, yarrow actually helped to balance it out. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, wait a second, Nicholas, didn't you just say that yarrow remind me of your childhood of popsicles, but yet it's not sweet? I know, it's crazy, right? So at this point, I got my chicken, I grilled my chicken, and then got my knife, poked in, a hole in there so I could stuff it with a piping bag. Once I stuffed it, I finished in the oven, and while in the meantime, I chopped up carrots in oblique, onions, then Swiss chard stems kept separately, and then chopped up Swiss chard. Then I got Varna pepper and I grilled that so I could take away the skin and the seeds easily, and then added that in there to give it kind of a spicy taste to it. So at this point, I just threw in the pan, put it all together, and then, as you know, I plated it up. Boom, 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 ba. Now this lamb dish is more of a request of what my clients wanted, so this was actually quite easy to do. I went to my best friend's house and I gathered some chocolate mint to use that because it's such a great smell. Let's be honest here. Chocolate, really? But there's actually no chocolate flavor. What? Mix it up with turmeric and cardamom and some lime juice, squeeze it in there, mix it as like, my mixture. Seared off my lamb chops. Then I put in the mixture on top and then finished in the oven. While that was cooking in the oven, this is what I did. So one of my clients was in the mood of having collard greens, so I got some collard greens and add that in there. And it was quite a simple dish. There wasn't really much to it, right? It's just very simple, very, aromatic, and strong flavors of just eating this. But overall, I was quite happy with this. I'm just not sure if everyone would be just happy with just collard greens and fava beans because it's so green. And as you know, plated it up. Boom, boom, boom. And this dish also was a cinch. So the scallop dish, what I did was got banana flour, chopped it up, fresh apricots, so glad that there's apricots, canned tomatoes, and tomato paste. Come on now. Lime juice, and then added scallops right at the end. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You throw these all things together, saute it, and then you just do a scoop and you plated it up. Boomba. Now for my last dip. That I will not present to you guys because I'm not too happy about it, and I'm gonna give you the reason why. Now, the reason is I'm currently reading this book called The Plant Paradox, which is kind of shaking me up a little bit. For example, some of the stuff is subjective on the information that he is given, and then the other stuff that's not completely subjective, which I'm already doing in my own food. And I haven't, formed an opinion yet until, once I finish this book, I will come up with a full opinion about the Plant Paradox book. Now, the reason why it's shaking me up is that I've noticed some of the stuff that we used to do in the industry 10 years ago, we have stopped doing. And for some reason, because a lot of chefs have forgotten why we do certain things. I questioned why we did it, but no one could give me answers, so then we just went back to some of the other ways. And in the book, what I'm reading and what I'm finding out is that some of it actually is poisonous. well, it's not poisonous, but in long-term longevity, it's actually not really good for our system because it releases lectins. That is one thing that I'm learning from this book, is we're actually having a lot of lectins in our diet. But I won't lie to you, I'm actually curious on what I'm going to find out about more information about bacteria in the gut, and also what are the right foods and the wrong foods to eat, because as I'm discovering, because I've been asking myself this question for a very long time, why is it that I've stayed the same weight for so long, yet everyone else is gaining so much weight? And I'm noticing it's because I change my food all the time, I make new food all the time, I put a lot of fruit in my diet because I like fruit, and all the stuff that I don't like is actually, interesting enough, you're finding out is actually not really good for you. Which brings me to the next part, is that I have a friend in India that's actually lost 40 pounds just in the last month, and he's 150 at this point. And what's interesting is, I'm wondering if there's a correlation of this information he's telling me that could actually link to this guy's book as well, or maybe if it's in this book, I'm not completely sure. Because the reason I'm saying this is because back in the day in our history, we didn't always have a source of food, so we were naturally fasting in our diets without even realizing it. You see what I'm saying? But as I said, I have to finish the book to have a full opinion, which I will definitely be doing. Been talking to a lot of friends, and I've had some great deep conversations this week, which have been insane. I will not lie to you, I just had the most insane day that I would never be able to experience again. Like, let me just say this, I picked up, it looks like I'm picking up a couple more clients here, and I randomly just went on a boat and met with all these entrepreneurs, which was like, what is the odds of this? And then I literally go and have dinner, and as I'm having dinner, some random attorney comes and sits down with us and just starts having a conversation, finds that I'm a chef, and then it looks like I'm having another client. Unfucking believable. What is the... Anyway guys, I'm gonna keep you updated on this, but as you know the drill. I'm Chef Nicolas Ganea. Don't forget to click the like button if you like this video, and don't forget this, if you want to follow us on our page, you can click the icon up here. If you're on mobile, you can click the icon over here if you're on desktop, which will take you to our page, and we post weekly videos every Wednesday. And hopefully we get to see you guys anytime. And I also do extra stuff on Information Cuisine. I post from YouTube, and then from YouTube I do a little post saying little extra things, because I can't give you every information that I give in a video. It's just not that easy, because it's a lot of stuff to just say in a video, and it's just, it can be boring, can't it? You know what I mean? Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Peace.